Hey everyone, it's Ohan, it's Friday, and this week we're talking about FTM in real life friends. I don't really know what that means. Does that mean, like, do I have them? Is it important to have them? I'm not really sure what this week is about. In this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of having FTM friends. And I realize that not everybody can have them in real life because of the place you live. It might not be safe to be out. It might not be a place where there is a large queer community. There are all kinds of limitations and reasons why one would not have FTM friends locally, which is where the internet comes in and all that stuff. We've talked about this on the channel before, but let's just say that you are fortunate enough to live in a place where you can meet other FTM people. This is why that's important. And I guess this is also kind of specific to like going through a medical transition as well, but not limited to that, but focused on that. Yeah, your body's doing weird shit. Your mind is doing weird shit. You have no idea what's going on. You're most likely not in age where puberty would happen. I mean, it is possible that you can start hormones when you're like 14, 15, 16, 17, but I'm 25 and I started hormones when I was 23, I think? I don't even know. I really don't even know. Oh my goodness. So the importance of FTM friends in my life at that time was to check in and be like, hey, did this weird thing happen to you? Basically, like, checking in about these questions or concerns that you had along your transition, especially let's say you were like thinking about going on T, right? And you weren't sure and you were nervous and you were scared, and then you actually got to meet somebody in the flesh who had done it, is doing it, whatever, in a certain point of their transition that is further along than yours. And it's like such an important thing, and it helped me so much, even if we weren't necessarily friends, but just to be like in the presence of other people doing this thing that I was thinking about doing was incredibly helpful. And an example too is like when I just started hormones, I was freaking the fuck out and I was really anxious, and it wasn't so much of this like calm relief that people talk about. It was actually really quite I don't know, uncomfortable. And I remember the first time I Skyped with Spencer, which I know this isn't in real life because it's Skype, but whatever, for the sake of this example, the first time I Skyped with Spencer and was able to talk about stuff and able to say like, am I doing my shot right? Is what I'm feeling what you're feeling? And all these things, we were able to talk about it. I remember hanging up with Spencer and being like, oh my god, I feel so much better right now. If you identify a certain way, it's really healthy and important to have people in your life who also identify that way. So like that's how I feel about having Armenian friends. Like it's really important for me in my life to have Armenian friends, to validate this piece of me, to poke fun and make jokes at various things about this identity that are otherwise really painful and hard. So yeah, it's just really, really nice. It makes you feel a lot lighter, kind of, because being trans is not easy. It's not an easy thing to go through alone, without some kind of support or validation from other people. And you don't always need that support and validation from people who are going through it as well, but it does kind of narrow in on certain things. Like, you don't have to explain things. It's really hard, I think, when you are trans, most of the time, not everybody, but a lot of the time, there's a certain level of anxiety that comes along with it. I think human beings having this kind of physical connection really, really can help with that anxiety. What does that anxiety come from? It comes from feeling like I'm alone. It comes from feeling like I'm isolated. Nobody understands. People don't understand why the fuck I'm doing this. People don't understand why the fuck this happened. I don't understand why the fuck this happened. All of these things that are just like kind of going around your head on repeat all day. When you're in the presence of somebody else who is going through or has gone through that, it is like the most healing thing ever. The whole being understood thing with FTM friends like translates into relationships with FTMs too. This isn't about romantic relationships, but I do think like being in a romantic relationship, of however you define that word, with somebody who is also FTM can be validating and nice to spend time with somebody who kind of can understand and relate to what you're going through. That's not to say that a cis person or can't do those things, because I think everybody has the capacity for empathy, but there is something about lived experience. You don't have to have lived through it to understand it, but it certainly helps, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So on that note, this jumbled up video of my thoughts about FTM friends is that they're important to me and I need to hang out with them more. So I'm gonna go. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.